Here's you a verse today to think about. Proverbs chapter number 15 and verse number 1. A soft answer turneth away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. So this scripture is communicating to us that there are different ways to respond to adversity. And look, adversity and disagreements, that's going to be part of life. There's strife in this world, period. You're not going to avoid it. And how we respond to adversity, how we respond to disagreements, that matters a lot in the context of what kind of outcome we're hoping for. If we want peace, then our best bet is to temper our own emotions and our own responses with tenderness and gentleness and meekness. That's really what the word soft here means. In this context, it means tender or gentle. So, to contrast that, you could answer somebody in a very sarcastic or aggressive way, and that's just going to increase the anger and the aggressiveness of the person that you're dealing with. And if we were to consider the example of Christ, we would see that he dealt with people primarily in tenderness and gentleness. That's how he described his own demeanor. He says, I am meek and lowly in heart. However, with the Pharisees, who had proven themselves to be fools, Jesus spoke very aggressively to them towards the end of his ministry in the Olivet Discourse in the closing chapters before the crucifixion in the Gospel of Matthew in particular. He, calls them whitened sepulchres, and he really speaks to them in a very harsh way. So, what we can take away from this is that there are different ways of responding to situations, and we need to have discernment as to how we need to respond to those situations. And the scripture speaks to us that the Christian ought to strive to live peaceably with all men as much as possible. So, if I could direct your attention real quick just to a closing passage of scripture. Recompense to no man evil for evil, provide things honest in the sight of all men. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, Vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord. Therefore, if thine enemy hunger, feed him. If he thirst, give him drink, for in so doing thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. So, watch how you respond to people. It makes a big difference.